All right, Giants Nation. So it's been a while since I made a video on the New York Giants because I've been so annoyed with everything. I've been annoyed with the team, I've been annoyed with the fans, but I've been going back and forth with the fans, not really arguing with them, but just watching the various debates between fans or fans basically being confused. A lot of the fan base isn't in unison, like when it comes to a lot of the hot topics for the Giants. So obviously the hottest topic right now is Daniel Jones should be benched for the rest of the season. People have been coming out with these rumors saying that he's already benched. I don't believe it until he's not on the field. I don't trust the Giants to do what people expect them to do. They have not been doing that a lot. I mean, most people expected us to draft Malik Neighbors. We drafted Malik Neighbors, but there was a good amount of people that thought we would get a quarterback last year. So I'll wait till after the bye week to see if Daniel Jones is still the starter. You can't put anything past the Giants. Some of the fan base who don't like Daniel Jones actually want him to continue being the starter because he gives us the best chance to draft Cam Ward. I'm gonna make it clear, I'm obviously a fan of drafting Cam Ward. I don't know if the Giants will draft Cam Ward, but that's the quarterback that I like. I don't really care for Sanders. I don't care for the Texas kid that's not Archie. Obviously, Arch Manning might not come out for another 2 years. But yeah, I'm not a Quinn Ewers fan. I don't like the dude from Georgia. There are some other quarterbacks that I would consider for us in the second round, not the first round. But at this point, it's between Jalen Sanders and Cam Ward. I'm not even looking at Jalen. Some of you guys are looking at Jalen, but I just see a quarterback that runs first. That's just me though. Some of y'all see other stuff, but all the reports that I'm seeing about Jalen Monroe is that he's not our quarterback. It's Cam. But again, we don't know what the Giants will do. But the Giants fans seem to be confused overall. We'll start with Daniel Jones. So again, the majority of the fan base feels like he should be benched. A lot of people, they're not really using logic when it comes to him being benched outside of I don't like him. He's been here 6 years and he hasn't been good. And that's actually not a bad thing because remember, we need to tank. But a lot of y'all are saying that you want a new quarterback and you want the best quarterback available, but you're complaining about tanking and how, teams don't tank. And you watched the Washington Commanders tank last year. And I've had Giants fans argue with me saying that they didn't tank while the Commanders fans are agreeing that they tanked. So, the Giants fan base is just, I don't want to say we're stupid, but I don't know. Make it make sense. They tanked. They got their quarterback. I'm not against anybody saying that we should tank. I mean, I get it. It's great to be honorable and try to play to win every game. I don't think the players are out there playing to lose. But hey, if you're playing Daniel Jones as the QB1 and he's doing what he did versus Carolina, where he's holding on to the ball instead of just throwing it or throwing the ball like he's delayed, you're throwing the ball behind your wide receivers, which he has been doing the entire season, but it would be like every other pass. And you'd be like, okay, you know what? It is what it is with him. That's John Mara's quarterback. But yeah, some fans want him benched. I don't want him benched. I want him to continue to play. That's John Mara's quarterback. That's his quarterback. So let him continue to play. I don't think the flea flicker on the play versus the 1 yard was a good play, but it worked out, and it was on Daniel Jones to make that throw, and he held it just that 1 second. He pulled it back, and he got sacked. I wasn't upset, but I was just kind of like, when I saw that the wide receivers were open, I was just like, yeah, he probably should have thrown that ball. I'm not upset with Dable for calling it. Do I think it's a good play call? No, but it worked. Now, we're done with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones obviously should not be here next season. Should be cut. I would think most people would think that, but there's a poll I was looking at where some people want him back for year 7. It's just crazy. But Dable, some people want Brian Dable fired. They're upset with Dable's play calling. I don't think Dable's play calling has been perfect. A lot of people are saying the issue is more so Daniel Jones than Dable, and I kind of agree with that, but I'm not saying that Dable's a great coach. And there hasn't been times where I said, why was that the play call? I mean, I guess everybody will just blame the quarterback. It's easy to blame John Mara's quarterback because he's not good. But I wouldn't mind having Brian Dable back with Cam Ward. But you need the Giants to not fire Brian Dable like they said they would not do. And you would need them to actually draft Cam Ward. Don't be surprised if the Giants go out there and take a cornerback like Travis Hunter or Will Johnson, or even worse, take an offensive lineman. Like, it's the Giants. I don't know why anybody would be shocked by that. You guys are just used to the abuse, I guess. So you always come back in with good faith thinking that they're going to draft the player you want them to draft. But we got to be careful with the Giants. It doesn't matter if we got a new GM or whatever. It's the Giants. John Mara still owns the team. But I want Brian Daboll back. Don't want Daniel Jones back. And a lot of people are upset with Joe. They're blaming Joe for the Daniel Jones contract. And in my personal opinion, I don't have any insiders with the Giants, but I feel like if it was up to John Mara, that contract would be fully guaranteed. That's just my opinion. If you look back at that season, John Mara is going around talking about all of the issues with Daniel Jones. He blamed the Giants. He said it was the Giants why he was having issues. So that really signaled to me that, you know, he likes Daniel Jones and he's okay with Daniel Jones being the quarterback. He doesn't want to change quarterbacks because maybe he is waiting for Arch Manning. Some of the mock drafts have been speaking about it because they know how the Giants, they like to do shenanigans like this. You know, people don't trust the Giants to do the right thing, which is to draft Cam Ward. And that's John Mara. That he's the main reason. But if Joe should be let go, it should be let go. He should be let go because of his picks, not because he signed Daniel Jones. Anybody who thinks that Joe should be let go because he signs Daniel Jones is an idiot. That's not the reason why he should be let go. It should be, you know, your draft class from this year is a good draft class, but what about the picks like Joshua Azuto and Evan Neal that didn't work out? I don't know. Maybe we don't blame him for Evan Neal. Maybe Evan Neal just sucks. But yeah, you got a lot of picks that Joe drafted and they haven't worked out. So that's something we need to consider with Joe. But I think people are upset with Joe in his press conference. They're not happy with what he was saying. He was saying like, oh, we're right there. You know, we just lost a couple games by one score, and it is what it is. Most people just look at it like, well, Joe, it's because you signed that quarterback, and the quarterback is the reason why we lose games. Now, with Giants fans, look, Daniel Jones does suck this year. Is he the only reason why we lose games? Not all of the games, but a good amount of the games. You could look back and say, well, if Daniel Jones didn't do X, Y, Z. But it is a team game. I mean, I understand that we don't like Daniel Jones, so we're not going to give him the privilege that we give other players that are much better than him, and understanding that it is a team game. So he does suck, but man, this defense does not look good. I was actually more excited for the defense, even though I was looking forward to Malik Nabers. Like, I was coming into the season saying, man, you know, our pass rush is going to be nice, and the secondary is going to be ass, but at least they'll have less time to lock down these wide receivers, and they've been so trash. I mean, Flott is Banks is not a cornerback number one, so we're gonna need a cornerback number one. Again, Giants fans are confused. You guys are saying that we're a quarterback away from playoff contention. I don't know. We still need to do some things with the line. We still need to get that cornerback one. We might need another DT. Like, there are other pieces that we need to hit on too. It's not just the quarterback, but yes, I would love for us to draft Cam Ward, and drafting Cam Ward would make the offense look a lot better. It would make Malik Nabers and the other wide receivers' jobs easier. The bad thing with drafting the quarterback, though, is his rookie contract starts that first year. So whether you start him right away, you now got a situation where you're paying a quarterback $5 million if you draft him in the first round. Like, this is $5 to like $10 million. You're paying him that, and then you're also paying Daniel Jones' dead cap of $22 million or 18, whatever the number is, somewhere around $22 million. So it's like you're paying that new quarterback $27 million a year. So something that Giants fans don't think about: you draft the quarterback next draft, you got the clock starting right there and then. So it's like, do you start him right away? A lot of quarterbacks that are starting right away, they don't do well. You see what's happening with Caleb Williams. You guys wanted Caleb Williams, but as much as we talk shit about Daniel Jones because he sucks, DJ Moore hates Caleb Williams. I mean, when he walked off the field, I've never seen Malik do that. I'm sure Malik has had a bunch of attitude towards Daniel Jones for missing him. I mean, you had that one throw that I was like, was he throwing the ball out, or did he expect Malik to turn into Superman and catch that? Like, it was like way over his head. I'm like, was he? I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he was throwing it out, because he's the type of quarterback that does something like that. He don't wait for the play to develop. When he does have time and he panics and he just threw it out. Because, I mean, that could not be a throw towards Malik Nabers. And a lot of people are saying that it was, but no way. But yeah, I don't know. You draft that quarterback, the clock starts. Y'all are going to try to pressure the Giants to start that quarterback week one because he was good in college. And then when he struggles, y'all are going to turn on that quarterback, or you're going to make excuses for that quarterback and say, well, you know, he's a rookie. It's not just because that person's a rookie. It's because the Giants are the Giants. Like, you know, if they screw up and You put that new rookie behind a bad line like Caleb Williams, yeah, we could be struggling next year too. It might not be the end of our struggles even post Daniel Jones, and that's something that Giants fans need to consider, because I feel like this fan base is confused. We're not together. Some of y'all don't want to draft a quarterback next year. Some of y'all want to draft quarterbacks that don't make sense, like Quinn Ewers and Carson Beck, and another quarterback that's not Cam in the second round or third round is fine with me. But some of these other quarterbacks that y'all like, man, I'm like, ugh. But yep, Giants fans, get it together, man. Y'all are really making me depressed. More so than Daniel Jones being ass. I'm used to it by now.